Have you ever wanted to get better at speaking, but you weren't sure how to do so? In this video, we're going to be talking about exactly what you can do on a daily basis in order to get better at speaking. What's going on, guys? I am Philip Sessions, your public speaking and communications coach, and I'm here to help you figure out strategies to be better at speaking and be able to get your point across in a strategic manner. So, what do you need to do in order to practice on a daily basis so you can get better at speaking? Because we all have to speak wherever we're at in our leadership journey. As a leader, we are forced to speak, whether it be a presentation in front of a group of associates that work underneath us, in any kind of meetings. We have to speak almost on a daily basis. And sometimes that can be intimidating. Sometimes it can be really annoying because you go into the conversation and you don't get anything out of that conversation. The things that you expected to happen based on you speaking and the conversations that you've had go nowhere. And guess what? You have another meeting to talk about the meeting that you just had, rather than be able to have that one meeting and get it over with, or that meeting went on for hours upon hours. So, what are some things that you can do on a daily basis to help you, one, get better at speaking, and two, be able to speak more effectively and clearly? First of all, you have to just start speaking. You already probably are, but you have to be more intentional with that speaking. You can't simply just show up to a meeting and expect that to happen. You have to be prepared for that speech ahead of time. You have to be prepared for that meeting ahead of time. So, what you can do is start working on daily videos, whether this be you recording solely on your phone and you literally only watch it yourself, or if you put this on social media. I would suggest putting this on social media because it gives you two things as a leader. One, it gives you those reps, which you're looking for and you need in order to get better and more effective at speaking. But two, it puts yourself out in front of an audience, which is people on social media, and those that are following you want to get to know more about you. And this is a great way to do that, to build yourself up as a leader and build your personal brand up. So do those videos. And like I said, I suggest putting that on social media. It doesn't have to be a live video, it could be a pre recorded video, but make sure you're doing those videos daily and then speak on one subject solely. Don't speak on multiple things in every single video because you're going to get burned out. And oftentimes, this is why your meetings get derailed, because you want to speak on 10 different topics. Now, if that's part of the agenda, that's one thing. But a lot of times, what happens in meetings, what happens in front of people that actually can give you feedback, because we're talking about really a meeting that others can talk as well. We're not talking about on stage, it's a different thing where you can speak and you're speaking on a couple of subjects or a couple of points, and nobody's able to really give you feedback or derail you from that speech. But in a meeting, people can derail you easily. So if you bring up a subject, it might all of a sudden go out to left field, wherever that ends up going within that conversation. And that can be frustrating. But if you start doing these daily videos and focus on one topic at a time, it's going to help you out to be able to stay on track with your topic. Not to mention having that meeting agenda for your meetings. If you're not doing that, you really should do that because it lets you know, am I talking about the points that were set up for this agenda today? And if they're not, yes, acknowledge them, speak on them a little bit, but hey, let's table this. Let's make a note of this. We'll bring it up in another meeting, or we can talk about this offline. Let's get back to the agenda that we're having in this meeting today and speak on those. But doing these daily videos will help you be able to stay on track because you'll start getting used to being where you start a point And you talk about the point and you conclude that point in each individual video, which trains your mind to realize when you get off task and you're no longer talking about that subject anymore because somebody interjects and then you try and get back on the subject. But if you were to just go back straight to what you're talking about, but they went off on another path, it'd be kind of weird and awkward. So you start to recognize that rather than following that trap and going down that rabbit hole that they take you down. So if you want to get better at speaking, start practicing it daily. My suggestion, like I said earlier, is to do videos on social media because it builds up your personal brand as well. It gets you comfortable with speaking on subjects and helping you be the leader that you are meant to be to create that influence because social media is a great equalizer for everyone. If you're already a leader, it's a great way for people to be able to see you outside of the corporate setting with you speaking on subjects that are intriguing to them, for them to understand you as a leader. So don't hold back on social media. Don't think that social media is stupid. The younger generation is coming into the workforce more and more and more, and they grew up with social media. That's all they know is social media. So if you want to reach that younger generation, which is probably the generation you as an older individual that's a non-millennial or Gen Zer, you are going to struggle with speaking to them. But if you can start getting on social media and seeing that feedback and seeing what other people are saying that maybe they're not in your company, but how they react to the things that you're saying and the things that you're doing on social media, I guarantee you can start getting some influence with that younger generation in your workforce. So if you want to get better at speaking, practice it daily through those videos on social media and focus on one subject at a time, because this will allow you to be able to understand how to effectively communicate and clearly and concisely communicate that one specific subject. So go out there and try it out and let me know if you like that, if the tip was helpful for you. And if you got anything out of this episode, make sure that you subscribe below, leave a comment, and let me know your thoughts. I'm always trying to bring more content, more value that's going to help you be a better leader, be a better speaker and communicator to be able to create more influence in your everyday life.